What is the ultimate goal of leadership? Now, for me personally, I believe that the goal of leadership is to get my people to fly solo, to operate independently. In other words, my goal, my job as a leader is to prepare and then launch my people. Now, I don't know what comes up for you, but some of you thinking, well, the only time I've ever felt like launching one of my people is off the side of a building. Jokes aside, what prevents you from launching your people? Let's talk about that. So what does this idea of launch mean for us as leaders? What's this all about? What is this? How does this impact the way that we're going to lead? Well, before we get onto the how, let's talk about what does it mean. And the first point is it means our job is to equip our people for flight. That is what our job is, to set them up to succeed in flying. And that means setting them up that they have all of the competence they need, they've had all the training, all the inputs, all of the direction that they need. They've also got built up skills that they can use. They also buy into the direction to where we are going, and they have confidence in their ability to do that and confidence to solve their own problems. So that is what we do. And so our job is to prepare them for going solo. That's what we're going to be doing. Our job is to launch them. So why is this launch thing so very, very important? Well, very simply, I find as I've been working with leaders all around the world that one of the biggest things is they struggle to spend enough time in strategic leadership. They get so bogged down in operational leadership. And so one of the things is as you build people to launch them, as you build them to be self-reliant and not reliant on you, it actually frees you up to be less involved in the operational. Yes, you still need to know what's going on there, but it frees you up to be more involved in the strategic. And that is a very liberating thing. And it's one of those things that's a slow down to speed up. And if we don't learn to do it, we'll end up fighting fires for the rest of our lives, and we'll never do fire prevention. And that's why it's so critically important that we learn to set our people up to fly, that we lead to launch. Lead to launch. So, if you're concerned about that and you're not quite sure how you're going to do it, well, guess what? Next week, on the 29th of March 2022, we are having our Morpheus Intelligence Update for March, where the theme is in fact launch. We're going to be talking about what does it mean, why is it important, who do we do it for, and by the way, there's two answers to that question. When, which is about prioritization, and finally how. And we will delve into a bunch of things we can do to set our people up to be able to launch. Now, what I would like to do is just go through one of those for you quickly. And it's very simple. One of the most important hows that we can bring to them is the how of discovering who they are. Because if we want to launch them, we want to launch them into who they are. We do not want to launch them into trying to be something unsustainable, which is somebody other than who they are. So we want to help them to discover who they are. What is their unique wiring? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? How can they manage those weaknesses? How can they leverage those strengths? Because they're going to need that to fly. And if we want them to fly sustainably, we cannot be expecting them to do something that is 180 degrees from who they are. And so that is the one piece of how that we're going to delve into a little bit more depth on Tuesday. So why not come and join us? Come and spend the time with us. It's only 30 minutes long. It's a nice lunch. People bring their lunch often to the session, and they'll eat their lunch while we have this in Morpheus Intelligence Update, breaking these topics down and helping you to become a more conscious leader, a more effective leader, the leader that will launch your people so that they can fly the way you want them to.